Topping today's news, a male found dead in his vehicle after being shot. Bahamian diplomats from around the world home for high-level meetings. The opposition wants more details on funding for 3 Family Island airports, and a former F&M cabinet minister who did not get a nomination says he will run as an independent. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Jcn Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. A man was found shot dead on Sunday. Police discovered the unresponsive male suffering from gunshot wounds in a vehicle that had crashed into another vehicle on Robinson Road near 3rd Street, Coconut Grove, shortly after 4:30 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Here is Police Inspector Gerard Culmer with more details.
Police control room received a report from an unknown caller reporting that a male had crashed into a parking lot on Robinson Road and 3rd Street, the Grove. As a result, officers from the Grove Police Station responded right away and observed the male appeared to be lifeless, crashed into a vehicle in the parking lot of that said business establishment. The male was found lifeless in his purple Nissan Cube. However, we are at the initial stage of our investigation and we don't have much information.
Police say the precise location as to where the shooting occurred has not yet been determined as the investigation continues. This is now the 67th person to be killed in the country this year. By October 19th last year, there were already 97 murders on record. On October 19th in 2024, 2 men were shot while on Martin Close off Cowpen Road. The two masked men, exited a silver Japanese vehicle and opened fire on the 2 victims. One of those victims died on the scene. Prime Minister Philip Davis says diplomacy can still work. His comments coming at the opening of Diplomatic Week at the Bahama Convention Center this morning. He said reasoned dialogue can still settle disputes and patient cooperation can still create peace. Bahamian diplomats from around the world are back home for meetings, including the Bahamas' top ambassador to the United States, Wendell Jones. Hosted by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the annual meeting allows Bahamian diplomats and non-resident diplomats to engage in lateral and bilateral meetings with different countries that pertain to foreign policies that are prioritized by the Bahamas government. These meetings and events set the agenda for the Bahamas and for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. F&M Shadow Finance Minister Kwesi Thompson is asking where new funding sources for airports in North Eleuthera and Georgetown Exuma will come from, where the work has already begun on both those airports. This after Tourism, Investments and Aviation Minister Chester Cooper announced last week that the government has officially reallocated funds from the Saudi Development Fund, originally meant for the Exuma and Eleuthera Airport, to fund the reconstruction of the Grand Bahama International Airport. Mr. Thompson says Cooper never said who or where the new funding for the Exuma and Eleuthera airports is coming from, and Bahamians deserve to know the facts, he says. Last week, airport stakeholders on North Eleuthera, they met with new investors, Av Ports, and said that the fully funded North Eleuthera terminal and runway will continue as planned. You are looking at some of the photos from that meeting in North Eleuthera last week. Av Ports is a U.S.-based company that operates, manages, develops, and invests in airports. The meeting was led by Deputy Director General of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Dr. Kenneth Romer. The CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality, the 47th meeting, got underway today here in the Bahamas. They're on Paradise Island. It was established in 2002. The body is the Regional Center for Promoting Efficiency and Competitive Production in Goods and Services throughout the process of standardization and the verification of quality. Minister of Economic Affairs Michael Halkitis delivered the keynote address during the opening ceremony this morning. The Bahamas Bureau of Standards and Quality is hosting that event. And finally, in this segment, Consumer Protection Commission. It's reporting new progress in safeguarding Bahamian consumers this year. Commissioner Senator Randy Roll, speaking at the Exuma Business Outlook, revealed that hundreds of complaints have been resolved and nearly $150,000 recovered for consumers across the country so far this year.
From January 2025 to September 2025, the Commission has successfully facilitated the recovery of funds totaling $149,921.42 on behalf of consumers. This is from 209 complaints processed by the CPC so far for this year. We are seeing increases in complaints related to digital compliance, commerce, refund disputes, and non-delivery of services. This figure also reflects our ongoing commitment to ensuring fair resolution of consumer complaints and restoring public confidence in the marketplace. Based on the 2023 Consumer Protection Act, even school kids can file complaints to their parents. And so this is something that's been advanced, and we're using to protect the welfare of consumers all over. This recovery effort from the hard-working CPC team on the ground have shown consistent performance across quarters.
Senator Rolls said the Commission is continuing to see a stronger cooperation from vendors and increased engagement from the public as the agency strengthens enforcement and education efforts throughout the Family Islands. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.